I'm nice. You forgot I won that tournament last year. So you a YouTuber now?
You know what? Don't hate on my channel.
Terence, you feel like New York is your home away from home?
Something like it. No, this is my second time in a row fighting here. It's cool.
You ride the subways, you feel like you're a New Yorker now?
I have never rode the subway here, ever. As many times as I've been here, I always got rides everywhere.
Team Hoover, next photo shoot could be on the 7 train.
I'm gonna have to, that'd be a cool shoot.
Terence, who won that basketball game between you and Andre Ward? It was like on IG a little bit.
Nobody.
Nobody won?
We couldn't finish. It ended in a tie, 9-9. We couldn't finish because we was arguing too much.
You won the ping pong one though, right?
Yeah, I won the ping pong in the shootout.
Alright, Terence, who wins between you and Mikey with the pool table?
Well, he already knows that.
Me? Like, who won the last game?
I think it was me.
No, you don't win 8 games.
You gotta play me now, though. I'm practicing a lot for you. I'm coming.
Mikey can't beat me in nothing. No more. No, he good in pool.
What about photography?
He good in that. That's his lane.
Is it hard to turn off the competitive edge in anything when you're around all the, the fighters in camp? Anything?
No, we compete in everything. We compete in everything. Anything we do, who can spit the fighters, we compete.
Champ, you ready to remind the world why you number 1 pound for pound?
I don't like to talk about it. I like to show them. I'm more of a hands-on type of guy. If you don't believe me, then I'll make you a believer.
Is it a pressure or a blessing when people say you're number 1 in the world?
It's a blessing because it just motivates me. Add fuel to the fire, and when I get to prove it wrong, that's more joyful.
You feel like this is the biggest stage right here in New York?
One of them. Vegas is a big stage, as well as New York.
Terence, you plan on sending a message to all the 147 pounders?
Oh man, I do my message. What I do is my message to all the 147.
Do you think the fact that Earl's out that y'all can get a fight with Keith or Sean, they don't got no belt, and you the one with the belt, you think it make it a lot easier, or is just politics or politics?
I don't know. That's a question you have to answer. I can't answer them questions.
Do you think y'all pose a threat, Machine?
Everybody will pose a threat. These guys, they just fighting. He's a 2-time Olympian. He's earned the right to be here right now. He's undefeated. He's strong. He's hungry. He got everything that win. Nothing to lose with. So, he makes for them dangerous fights. You got to be prepared for it.
You're coming your second home. You seem to be very comfortable.
I'm comfortable anywhere I'm at. I got 4 corners, square ring. I'm good.
How much is it to be a unified champ in 2020?
I think I gotta get those fighters to get in the ring with me first.
When you unified at 140, you said that you're going to be the most famous guy walking the Cracker Barrel now in Omaha. What's it? Now that you're 147, you're arguably the best pound-for-pound fighter. What's it like now in being walking around Omaha?
It's the same, People greet me the same way as if I was 135. I've been around since amateur days, so some people come out for a picture, some people just come and shake my hand and just say what's up.
So it's good to be the champ.
Hey, I'm going to do a media picture with Terence, okay? Everybody's jumping in the ring and get with him, okay?
Yeah, I'll open it. Apparel store.
Can I do a bodybuilder pose? Can I do a bodybuilder pose?
Of course.
Good.
Champ, this being the latter stage of your career, what kind of goals do you have remaining with such an illustrious career thus far? What do you want to achieve left in this goal?
My last ultimate goal is to become undisputed at 147. I didn't accomplish everything else that I need to accomplish. That's the last goal, to set. And then after that, it's qualifying.
Notice you're not throwing hands right now. You're not really working out. Is that like something that you don't do? Is it like a decision on your own?
I say working out today. I want to work out afterwards.
It's just scrum now in the ring.
I like it.
So this is for show then.
Your work's done, right?
What do you say to the naysayers that would say that you're on the wrong side of the street in order to accomplish the goals of being undisputed at 147? You're on the wrong side of the street, and you have to essentially move to make that happen.
Like I say, is all of you guys that's choosing the people that wrong side of the street. There's no such thing as a wrong side of the street in the sport of boxing. When you look at it, Deontay Wilder is about to fight Tyson Fury, and you never heard anything about wrong side of the street, like PBC or Top Rank. It's just something that they say when they got Terence Crawford to do it. You know, you don't ever hear wrong side of the street with other fighters like Terence Crawford. You know, then the media say, oh, well, he's on the wrong side of the street, he should have signed with PBC. Well, why all these other fights get made, but when it's Terence Crawford, oh, he's on the wrong side of the street.
So
Jamal Charles, they said this weekend in Brooklyn, Jamal Charles on one side of the street in that division.
Man, ain't no such thing as on the side of the street. Those fights can get made, you know, they can get made. It's more about money.
How much does that bother you, the fact that that's a narrative that's universal?
It really too much don't bother me as much as people think. I didn't accomplish more than all those welterweights over there except that. You know, if you look at what I've accomplished in the sport of boxing, and if you look at what Errol, Keith, Sean, Danny Garcia, all those other welterweights over there, I didn't accomplish way more than each and every one of them except Tyson.
So you think they need you? You don't need them?
I really don't need them. They need me.
So if you were to have a Wilder Fury fight, the collaboration between Fox and ESPN could potentially help you land the fights that you want?
No, that just shows that they can do business together because those two fighters want to fight each other. And I'm pretty sure they went to their business handler and said, make the fight happen. And that's how the fight got
Now the avenues are open. The guys that are making the decisions, the executives are talking to make this fight. They're going to say, hey, why don't we make Terence Crawford versus Errol Spence? Terence Crawford versus
that fight, any fight can get made. Any fight can get made.
do you think it would take a bad Terence Crawford performance to potentially make that fight happen?
You know, one bad performance leads to a good
But I mean, you're like, in other words, you're saying that like you're so good that maybe that's why they wouldn't want to fight you. So maybe a bad performance would goat them into.
I don't know. That's something that I can't answer.
You still want the Pacquiao fight? Pacquiao or Floyd?
Pacquiao.
Logan Paul?
Floyd, my guy.
Logan Paul?
Logan Paul. We can fight outside the ring.
Can we put it on YouTube?
No, not doing that.
Terence, piggybacking what he said, like Charlie was saying that he feels like he's in a situation like you, and that we don't look at this situation differently again because he's like, you know, you got to take the fights that you can, you got to keep it moving because this is how we feed our family. So we see it completely different than you guys. Do you agree with that?
Of course. You know, y'all look at us fighters and say, oh, well, he's not fighting a top opponent, and y'all really ain't did y'all history on the opponent. You know, like I look at Mean Machine as a good opponent, quality. You know, two-time Olympian, never lost before. Yeah, he had a close fight with Ray Robinson, but Ray Robinson was the awkward fighter. You know, the dude can fight and know what he's doing. That makes for a great fight.
Ray was actually last guy to beat you, right? Oh, he wasn't.
Who is that guy?
What? Miguel Gonzalez. In the trials. In the Olympic trials. He was the last guy.
Because, you know,
Ray talks just talk because he thinks somebody listening to him. That's it.
Well, you say I know Earl before his accident was saying that your numbers are not low. Not high enough for him to get in the ring with you. You feel like you have to put out some numbers?
That's excuse. If I fought those same opponents that he fought, in this thing, my number would be the same.
When you first heard about his car accident, what were you thinking when you first heard about the news?
I was hoping he was all right. You know, I sent him a text message. You know, that I wish him well. Hope he get back to doing what he was doing before the night.
You guys text over family?
No, we don't text, but I got his number. He got my number. I sent him a text, wishing him well. You know, I don't want anything bad to happen to him. You know, especially outside of boxing like that. So, you know, I know he got a family to look out for. You know, 2 daughters and whatnot. Gotta take care of him.
Tyson Fury sends Josh a random text message in the middle of the night, says you're a chump. You don't do that with
Tell them, Kim folks don't do that.
Psychological? Not your style.
If Spence never makes it back to form, would it be kind of bittersweet for you that you won't get that fight with him at this top, at his peak ability?
He could score if he don't get back. But at the same time, he decisions he make.
You've made it clear you want to be the king at 147.
I am the king.
If for any whatever reason you can't get the big pay-per-view fights at welter, is there any chance we get to see you at 140 versus Ramirez or any of those guys?
140?
Yeah, back at
I'm going back down to 35. Now listen.
Can you make 140?
Now listen. When I was at 140, everybody criticized me and said I was too big for 140. Like they criticized me and said I was too big for 135. Now if I was to go back down to 140, what would everybody say? I'm picking and bullying people, right?
So you make 140?
Ooh, can I make 140? Yeah, of course.
If you went up to 154, they wouldn't say that. Would that be something?
I'm going at 160.
Who's that? Triple G? Triple G at 160?
168.
You want that Charlo?
We going to 160. Well.
So when you fight,
You think I'm playing? I'm going to 160.
Will you be 160 in 2020? You gonna be at 160?
My next fight, I'm going to 160.
One more, guys.
Who would you like to see? Do they have to have a belt, or does it have to be a name?
I gotta go to the champ. One of the champ. Canelo at 178.
What's inspiring that decision? If you are being serious, what's inspiring that decision?
It's cuz when I beat this guy, they're gonna say, well, you gotta fight Canelo. Canelo at 178, so I'm not gonna be fighting 178.
Terence, we seen the IG you posted with you and Warren Buffett. How can you describe your friendship with him?
Oh, Warren Buffett, a cool dude, you know, down to earth, real laid back type of guy. You know, we got a good relationship. You know, he tells me, you know, to stay sharp inside and outside of the ring. So, you know, we got a good friendship.
He ever gave you some good financial advice over the years?
A couple.
Anything that sticks out?
You said what?
Anything that, you know, sticks out in your mind?
Just save my money. Save my money.
Champ, you was undisputed at 140. Tell me who was the last undisputed welterweight champion at 147?
At 147?
The last undisputed.
Who was it?
Evan knows.
Yeah, champ.
Thank you, Terence.
And you're the next one.
Yeah.
Everybody, thanks for coming out.